What's going on, everybody? This is Chris Classic dropping another car vlog on the way to work. This is a beautiful day. This is Memorial Day weekend, so a lot of people are thinking about the sacrifices and things that people have done so we can live a great life, a better life, and for freedom. And it's a perfect time to even think about giving thanks to Christ and what God has appointed Christ to do as Himself as God, to die for our sins and an ultimate sacrifice and things like that. So I know that, Monday is the day that people give memorial to those soldiers and stuff like that. But let's always give reverence and thanks to the ultimate soldier. God bless you guys. Dealing with family stuff. Just pray for me at this time, but I still want to give thanks and glory to God for what He has continued to do for me and my life and my family. So just pray for us as I will pray for you guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the C3 Ultimate Wrestling YouTube channel. I started uploading promos for the show. I tend the show of all shows, as a matter of fact. Crown Point, Indiana, June 10th is going to be dope. If you're in the Indiana area, you do not want to miss this show. I wanted to talk about Night of Champions. It was yesterday. It was in the afternoon. Saudi Arabia. It was a good show. So I'm going to try to go match for match, but if I do forget one, please forgive me. And if it's not in order, please forgive me too. Great PLE. WWE has been on the money for a lot of their PLEs. Outside of like who I would have had win and stuff like that, they've been on it. And they've been on it for the past, I want to say, 2 years. Now, television, live television, that's one of those things that's just like, dang, what the heck is going on? But PLEs and the way they dropping them consistently, you got to give them kudos and stuff like that. It was a great one. I believe Money in the Bank is next. I think it's at the Pond. I could be wrong. I know they said the next 3 is not going to be in the U.S., so just had the second one. Saudi Arabia, Backlash is in Puerto Rico. So we'll see. I believe it is the Ponds, around the pond, somewhere close. If not, please forgive me for that. It's a lot of forgiving that we should be doing. But anyway, going into it. The first match was Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight Championship. I talked about this briefly yesterday about how Seth can make that title relevant. Great match, great back and forth. Seth winning is great. I think Seth can push that title up to the top and everything like that, the best of his abilities. Great back and forth. Seth selling the knee. It was good back and forth. It was very good. AJ looked strong. Seth looked strong, and then Seth winning it, and Triple H giving him the belt and everything like that. And he did a promo later, and he was being himself, and it all worked out. It was a great match. So, very, very good match. I believe the second match was Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch. Now, I don't know what Becky is doing with her character. 1 minute she's the man, the next minute she's big time Bex. I don't know what's going on with the character. It was dope to see that she had the Kill Bill outfit on. And it was also dope to see Trish Stratus with her thank you Trish thing in the back. And that even got the crowd into saying thank you Trish a couple of times. The women have to be basically fully covered from shoulders down, basically. No cleavage, no leg, no nothing. They have to do that. So, WWE has done a great job, for the most part, honoring that. I know a lot of people get upset with that, but, if you want to go there, there's rules. You can't do certain things in my house. You may not like it, but hey, if you want entry, this is what we do. Great match, great back and forth. It was a good match. I don't want to say great. Let me take that back. And I'm not saying it like spiting both or whatever like that. Trish is doing the best that she can. Becky is doing the best that she can too. Becky, y'all know that I think that if I had to rank her, she'd be number 4 out of the 4 horsewomen. But she has come far from wearing a plaid button-up shirt or doing the Irish dance in green pants and stuff like that, and being the last kicker and stuff like that. She has come far from what she has done. I do think a lot of people rank her, in my opinion, and shout out to Becky, a little higher than what I would with certain things, but it is what it is. Like I said, it was a solid match. Let me say, it was a solid match. Trish tried to do the Stratusfaction, messed up a little bit, but Becky, using her mind, grabbed her legs and stuff like that. The finish came when Trish tried to go under the ropes. Becky stopped her, and then Zoe came out, and while Trish distracted the referee, hit her with the, I forgot what she called her move, but it was a nice move. She was just supposed to be hitting the face, near the face, but it was in Becky's stomach, and then when she threw him in, got hit with the bulldog. I don't know if Stratusfaction is the bulldog or if it is that that Hurricanrana she does. So once again, forgive me. Like I said, it's a good rub for Zoe. I'm a big fan of Zoe Stark. I was a big fan of her in NXT and stuff like that. That finisher is bananas. I've seen it before, but not frequently like she does it and stuff like that. So we'll see her feuding with Becky or wrestling Becky where Trish cannot show up because Trish has other obligations and bitches that she does. It works great to be under a vet. So we'll see where it goes from that. And we'll see where it goes with Zoe. I believe the third match was Gunther versus Mustafa Ali. I think it's Mustafa. They say it different from what they used to say it. So once again, forgive me if I'm saying it wrong. But I'll say Ali. They showed a video package of him, going there and expressing his love for the Muslim faith and being amongst his people and things like that. Sammy was also doing things too. If you guys don't know, long story short, Sammy is of Syrian descent, and I believe that they were feuding with people from Syria and stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons why he hasn't been there for the past few years. So he actually got a chance to go this time. And he wanted to go. I know he's been very vocal on things over there, but when things are at peace, look at what happens and stuff like that. And they embrace both of these guys. Mustafa Ali came out first. Gunther, he came out. Gunther is just a man. I'm sorry. And sometimes it is okay to have treating somebody like an underdog. And WWE does a great job of that sometimes. A lot of people get mad at how they do certain things, but they do a great job with that kind of stuff. You get what I'm saying? I don't think that anybody was, betting man would say that Gunther was going to lose, but then you look at the fans who's just there to have fun and see somebody who looks like them and, represents their faith and things like that, and, Ali, he's from Chicago, but still, there's people out there, and it's just like a beautiful thing to see them just get happy, to see him get a little chance to shine and do the 450s and stuff like that. But it's always WWE, right? So if you're wrestling for anything, if it's anything, your birthday, hometown, home people, homeland, you're not going to win. That's just WWE. AEW, you would win. You'd win the top title if you had to. Good match. Gunther dominated most of the time, but they had some hope spots, and it was good. I think Ali, he did a promo saying that if he didn't win, he would leave, and doesn't see what's the point if he can't be a champion. I don't know if that's in his contract or they just repackaging him, because the man has been going through the ringer for a lot of times with different characters, different things to say. So we'll see. I personally think that he would do great in WWE if they give him a chance and stuff like that, because he's done a lot of stuff, but we'll see. I want to say the next match was Bianca Belair versus Asuka for the Raw Women's title. This match was better than the WrestleMania one, for sure. This one was a little more precise, if that makes sense. The WrestleMania match was good, but I did feel like it was a little sloppy through certain things. They did great. They, teasing with Bianca's hair and teasing with the mist as well. Asuka being how she is, it all worked. You get what I'm saying? Being mysterious, but also being dangerous. Reminded me of when she was in NXT. Because when she was in NXT, that's when she was definitely a bigger deal. I felt like being undefeated, defeating the best of the best and the worst of the worst and stuff like that. And I think she did great. Her being an evil version of that, it's great. Bianca being Bianca is always a great thing to me. I know a lot of people was upset with her title reign. They said it was stale. She needs to do something. She needs to drop it. She drops it. So she drops it to Asuka in a strong way. And I wasn't expecting it. And it's creative, and I loved it, Asuka tried to spit the mist in Bianca's face the first time, but Bianca avoided it. And then near the end of the match, she spit it in her hand. And then when Bianca set her up for the KOD, she dug her fingers with the mist in Bianca's eyes. good. And then she kicked Bianca, I believe, 3 times. Yeah, she kicked, I think 3 or 2 times. And Bianca was out. 1, 2, 3. New champion. Crowd was excited. Crowd was elated. Some was like, oh my God, being shocked. Good match. Good stuff for Asuka, because I do think that Asuka is a company lady, a company woman. You guys know how I feel about those, and give them gratitude for being company people. So she is one of those ones that lost to a lot of people that I didn't think somebody called. She's lost to a lot of people I didn't feel like she needed to lose to, like Carmella and stuff like that. That's nothing against Carmella. It's just the character and the aesthetic of an Asuka and a Carmella and stuff like that. You know, you don't have to lose to everybody, but that's just me. Good match. Very good match. Was it Brock and Cody? No. It was actually, no, I believe it was Rhea Ripley versus Natalya. The match already ended. I couldn't even say Natalya's own name. Yeah, that match was short. Natalya versus Natalya. Good match. I mean, like I said, it was good. I enjoyed it for being short. I know a lot of people be like, oh man, you gotta always have a 10, 15 minute, 20 minute match. You always, no, you don't have to. You don't have to. Natalya was distracted by Dom. Rhea got on her and she never recovered. Threw her against the ring, threw her against the turnbuckles and stuff like that. Then lifted her for a riptide, and then that was it. You know, and it was on Natty's birthday. So don't tell WWE nothing about anything that's good going on with you, because if you want to win, you ain't gonna win it if it's your birthday or if it's your hometown or anything, or your natives. So it was good, you know. Rhea needs to be dominant. Rhea is tall compared to a lot of the other women. She's strong compared to a lot of the other women and stuff like that. Like this is fine. You do not need to have a long match sometimes. It is what it is. Now I do believe it was Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. If I forget a match, please forgive me. I do believe it was Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes. This match was good. I only had one problem. It was a good match. Him having a titanium cast on his arm and being able to use it, it worked. Him giving crossroads, a lot of crossroads, and selling his arm, it worked. Brock being Brock worked. Y'all can't say nothing about Brock for the past 2 years. Brock has been outside. Brock has been wrestling. Brock has been having longer matches. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm sick of these 5-minute matches and stuff like that. But like the shortest match he's had recently was a toss-up between the rematch between him and Bobby or Omos. But he's had longer matches. He's been a beast. He looks like he's taking himself more seriously. Like, he looks great, you know, with the gym. Like, he's been at the gym and working out, stuff like that, looking like a beast. Brock throwing Cody around, Cody using his cast and stuff. It all worked. It all worked until the end. Now look, I've talked to a guy named Chet. He's a wrestler. Shout out to him and a few other people. People passing out to submissions it's been repetitive. You know what I'm saying? And to me, it's getting ridiculous. To me, it's oversaturated. So, and it wasn't like it was a headlock or anything. It was a Kimura lock. So Brock slapped it on the first time, and Cody was in it for a long time, and then he passed, and then ref checked his arm, and then he got up, and the crowd was into it. Okay, cool. So we do it the second time. I'm like, okay, well, he's probably going to tap because his arm is broken. At least that's what y'all telling us. His arm is broken. You know what I'm saying? Y'all saying the man arm broke. The man can't do the nay-nay. He'll be saying the baby, get the ice pack. You know what I'm saying? So you're saying this guy arm is broke. So Brock put it in, the Kimura that is, and he had it for a long time. So what's past being broke? Like, does he break it off of him and beat him with it? Like, he was in for a long time. He teased that he was tapped. He teased he was going to tap. Then he passes out again, and the referee rings the bell. Look, there are a lot of submissions that people get put in, that people pass out and stuff like that. You know, Stone Cold passing out to the sharpshooter from Brett. That was good because a lot of matches aren't doing that. John Cena, when he'd go against a guy who had a submission finisher, they put it on him and he'd pass out more than anything because he's not tapping, because he never gives up. Clever. A lot of stuff on AEW. A lot of people just pass out. That's why I was happy when Bryan Danielson tapped out when MJF put him in the LaBelle lock, because you don't see it a lot. You do not see it a lot because people want to quote unquote be strong. Me, it's oversaturated. And two, it's Brock Lesnar. It's not like a regular Joe Schmo person. This is a guy that was in the UFC who's had victories with a triangle, not a triangle choke. I forgot the side choke. He's choked people, he's done these kind of things before. He's won matches with the Kimura lock where people tap out and stuff like that. I don't think this would have hurt Cody tapping out. But no, you let this guy, this big guy, 265 pounds, super athlete, had his move on him for a few minutes on a broke arm. That is, the arm is supposed to be broke, y'all. The arm, to me, he shouldn't even use the arm no more. You might as well just cut the arm off because there's no circulation. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did that, and he just passes out. It's not a choke, it's just the arm thing. He went through so much excruciating pain, he just passed out from an arm bar. Now, it's not aesthetically pleasing to me that it's an arm bar that you passed out to. Sleeper hold, of course. Anything across the face, cross face, stuff like that, yes. Kimura lock, I'm just going to pass out. I'm just going to sit up and pass out. Now, a lot of people who always want to talk about, wrestling is supposed to at least seem like legitimate and real. So when you look at UFC and somebody's putting a Kimura, they're not putting a Kimura for minutes. They're tapping, or their arm is snapping. Tapping or snap. Tap or snap. You get what I'm saying? Tap or snap. Tap or snap bars. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like when you have a guy that was from the UFC, and I understand what you're trying to do, saying that wrestlers are tougher than MMA fighters and stuff like that. But let's be honest, if y'all had Brock put this on a lot of other people and they tapped out quick, Cody could have too. And it wouldn't have made Cody a loser or less of who he is and things like that, because people are still following this man. People still following him, so y'all could have definitely had him tap. That's my thing. Y'all could have had the man tap. My opinion. Main event: Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns. Sami came in some garb that a lot of people liked. I forgot what it was called. Once again, forgive me. Crowd loved it. When they went in the ring, Paul did his introductions to Roman and Solo, and then Sami did his introduction speaking in the language, and crowd was loving it and stuff like that. Sami was crying and everything. Good back and forth match. Roman has shown you guys that it is levels to being a bad guy, to talk and how he talks to people, how he looks at them, how he acknowledges, even if he's not even in the ring, he's on the outside. He's showing you guys that this is how you're supposed to do. Solo, being the beast that he is, dominated a lot of the stuff. Sami and Kevin doing things as good guys and things like it all worked together. This whole storyline is just wonderful with the bloodline, and even with Sami and Kevin Owens' part. You know what I'm saying? It all works great. You know what I'm saying? Finish came where Jimmy and Jay, they jumped Kevin, and then they were super kicking Sami. And then they was going to double super kick him, but then what happened was he bumped Solo, and Solo pushed Sami and took the double super kick. This was dope. There's not a lot of room for error, and it works. So Roman came out, he started pushing both of the guys. What's going on? What's going on? Y'all not part of the family. And then Jimmy super kicks Roman and says, I got your back, Jay. Super kicks him again. Hey, you was right. You was right. I'm your brother. I got you. I got you. Leaves. Solo comes back in, gets a stunner, gets a haluva kick. 1, 2, 3. Roman doesn't know what's going on. Sami and Kevin is cheering and happy and looking at him. Good ending to the show. Good ending. It's a wonderful ending to the show. That's how you end the show. It was great because now you have a mystery on what's going on. And this is what I love about the Bloodline. You don't know. Now a lot of people will say, yeah, I know what's gonna happen, cuz. If you do, good for you. I don't. So now it's just like, okay, is Jay going to fully team with his brother? Because Jay's looking more reserved. Remember, Jay was the one that was against Roman doing all of this stuff. Now it's Jimmy saying, okay, we need to do this and we need to do that. So is Jay going to turn on Jimmy? Is Jay going to realign with Roman? What's Solo going to do? Is Solo going to go with his brothers? Is he going to align himself with Roman? What's going on? And this is the thing about wrestling, is that it's fun when it's unpredictable sometimes. So I am curious to see where it goes. Like I said, it was a solid PLE. Solid, very solid. If you haven't watched it and you're looking at this review, I recommend it if you have it. Debating on how, if I'm going to watch, is it Double or Nothing tonight? I think it is Double or Nothing. I don't know, I'll probably watch it. But what do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy Night of Champions? I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I'd give it a B plus, A minus. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Was it great? Let me know. This is Chris Classic. God bless you guys. Let's take it home.